All right, man, it's time for another week of our NFL picks predictions. We got the first bye week of the season today, or this week, excuse me. So
Yeah, first
let's
bye
get into
teams
that.
already.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a big deal for fantasy. Some of these teams that are out this week, the Lions and the Eagles and the Chargers, a lot of fantasy players on those teams.
Yeah, that's especially with the Lions and Eagles. I mean, there's a lot of
Hmm
really good players, and I think that'll be a good thing for the Chargers because I think Herbert needs some time to heal up. But I'm interested to see how they come back after this bye week and see how they do.
Ain't nobody care about the Titans. Ain't nobody got fantasy
No,
players for the Titans on their team.
they got their one win of the season Monday
Uh,
night, so they should be happy.
I can't even think of a player on their team that's fantasy relevant. Like honestly, bro.
I mean, other
Uh,
than D Hop, I mean, who they? That's
yeah.
all basically.
I mean, I guess
And he's like
Pollard's been doing all right in fantasy, kind of. I guess,
Pollard
sort
did
of.
good Monday night. Him and Spears, they both did pretty solid, but yeah, they just ain't really nobody fantasy relevant right now.
All right, man. Let's get into it. Tomorrow night, Thursday
So
night
Thursday night
football.
we got the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Atlanta Falcons. The Buccaneers is in Atlanta.
All right. Well, you mentioned earlier that you thought this would be a hard decision. But I'm gonna tell you what, bro. I'm tired of picking the damn Falcons, and they keep every time I pick them, I'm wrong. Okay, except for one week, I was right with them. So I ain't picking the Falcons no more when it comes to these kind of games. So I'm gonna go with the
Ooh, okay.
Buccaneers, who are looking really good, rolling along. Baker Mayfield is killing it. Um, yeah, I think the Buccaneers got this. It'll probably be a pretty close game, but I expect it to be a Buccaneers controlled game.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. Buccaneers to me has looked more solid and more um, how do you say, like they're more playing together than Atlanta is right now. I know Kirk's new in Atlanta and they're still trying to figure some stuff out. But Baker Mayfield's playing some good ball. You got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, obviously, which is basically like two number ones. And they're solid defense. I mean, they're a really good team, and they have a really good run defense with Vita Vea there in the middle. So I, I think unless Atlanta actually starts utilizing Kyle Pitts some more, I, I don't see him winning until they start utilizing him. And he's like their best pass catching weapon, and he's not even getting any targets. I mean, it's
They seem
sad.
to be having a problem with that in general on their team. They're not really like using the
Yeah,
players to their potential. I mean, I don't know.
I
It's
don't know.
just
Atlanta's weird right now. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
But
Like I said,
yeah,
I've
we
picked them
both
a
agree
lot,
with that one.
and
So
I'm tired of picking them because every time I pick them, I'm freaking wrong. So I'm
yeah.
done picking Atlanta for a little bit, unless they have a really easy matchup.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to Sunday if you good with that. Got
Yeah,
anything
let's
else
do
to
it.
add? All
Sunday,
right.
Sunday, Sunday.
So moving to Sunday, we have the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings, and the Jets is visiting the Vikings.
I think this could be a surprise. It could be a game that could go either way, but I'm gonna just keep on rolling with the Vikings, bro. I've picked them every week. They've won every week. I'm gonna just keep on rolling along with them, dude, until they prove me wrong. But I think they're gonna be pretty legit, dude. I think they have a chance to be the maybe the last. Well, they might already be the last undefeated team. Well, the Chiefs, I guess, are still undefeated, of course, but.
That's bullshit. I hit the pylon. That should have been a touchdown. Sorry.
uh, but yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I think the Vikings will be the last remaining undefeated team on the season eventually, whenever the Chiefs finally freaking lose. And I mean, I think they'll. I honestly, man, I can see the Vikings being one of the favorites, in the Super Bowl towards the end of the season. I think they're gonna keep doing that good.
yeah, man. I mean, who would have thought? Damn, Sam Darnold would have been dropped into that offense and come in there and played like he has. Like, he's finally actually playing like the number one pick that he was in the draft several years ago, and all the teams he's bounced around. He actually, I think, found him a home, and I mean, they're looking good. I don't see them slowing down. And the Jets, I kind of like with Atlanta. The Jets still have a lot that they're working out, trying to fix right now. Definitely could see the frustration in Aaron Rodgers this past weekend. So I think Minnesota. I think they're gonna keep rolling.
Well, I feel like too. Minnesota's had a, they've really been on top of, like, their defense has really been on it. So, I mean, with that right there, the way that the Jets have been playing on offense has been kind of, iffy. They've been back and forth, kind of good, kind of bad. But Minnesota's defense has been pretty strong. So I think
Yeah,
their defense will win the game for them.
yeah, yeah. That's a good point. So, all right. Well, we starting out agreeing with each other. That's surprising a little bit, but
I know.
this might change here soon. All right, let's go to my game. Carolina Panthers and Chicago Bears, and Carolina is away. We're in Chicago.
Hold on one second. I want to mention something. Matter of fact, because I think
Okay,
we
sorry.
didn't mention it, but I think the Vikings and Jets are playing international. Yeah, they're like a 9:30 game,
They are a London game. Yes,
London game. Yeah, we didn't bring that
they
up.
is a
Sorry, I
London.
just thought about that.
So it's
Yeah,
gonna be early. Didn't
early in
think
the
about that.
morning. Yeah, it's gonna be rough
Yeah.
waking up watching it.
So my bad. They're not gonna be
Yeah,
in Minnesota. They're gonna be in London, a different
London.
whole country. So, but
All right.
yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, my bad though. But yeah, you Carolina and
no,
Chicago.
yeah. Back to the states. Carolina's in Chicago.
All right, man. I've picked Carolina every single week, just about.
I
Actually, every week
appreciate
I
it.
think in all because of
Every
your
week you
team.
have, and I appreciate it.
And I'll be real with you, man. Like, I know that they've lost a lot of games, and I know that I've been wrong when I've chosen them, but I still think that they have a really strong chance here of beating Chicago. They're finally clicking as a team. Offense is looking really good with Andy Dalton. I'm sorry, Bryce. I hate to say it, but it's looking really good with Dalton and Chicago. I mean, they have a good defense. I don't know if it's good enough though. And then on top of that, their offense ain't doing. They're starting to get a little bit better, starting to move a little bit better too. But this could really honestly end up being a pretty high scoring game. I think it could be. And I think maybe Carolina will squeak out the win, field goal kind of situation maybe, or maybe one score something like that. But it's gonna be a tough
Man,
one.
I appreciate you being a ride or die for my boys,
I got you,
brother.
bro.
That means a lot.
I mean, I'm really giving my
Uh,
true opinion. I'm not just saying it. I mean, I'll
I
be honest with you. There might be a game eventually this season that I'm gonna pick the other team, depending on who it is. But so far, I think they have the chance to do it with a lot of these teams that they've played. And
yeah,
I mean,
and
they've had some close
I,
ones.
I mean, honestly, they kept it close last week with the
Yeah.
Bengals, and they had a couple bad plays, couple bad calls, and they honestly could have. Look at that, dude. They honestly could have beat the Bengals. So, I mean, I was impressed with how they played. The only thing is, bro, we did lose uh, Shaq Thompson last week. He's gonna be out for the season with a torn Achilles.
Mm.
So that hurts. He's their big veteran centerpiece. For the defense, calling plays, which everybody will get to see our rookie, Trayvon Wallace, and he was really, really good in the preseason, and the coaches speak really highly of him. So hopefully he'll be able to just fill right in the gap, and it won't be that big a deal. But obviously he's a rookie, so he's gonna have some mistakes. But
Yeah.
this is intriguing, man. I mean, I know I've talked crap before about Caleb Williams and everything, but he's actually the past couple of weeks he's actually playing better. The team's playing a little bit better, and us being benching Bryce with using Andy Dalton now for our offense, I think it's gonna be a close game. But I'm gonna go with my boys and Red Rocket. I think the veteran quarterback's gonna be enough to handle the Chicago Bears. So I'm gonna say Carolina.
I like how everybody calls Andy Dalton something different, but it's always red involved in it.
Yeah,
Red rocket, red rifle, red something else. Oh,
Red. I called him Red Rocket just then. I meant to say Red Rifle. I don't know why.
oh.
So
I mean, I've heard other
he's
people say
just
it too, though. So
well. He just had a I just watched the interview, or not an interview, but a what they talk. What's it called when they speak with the media?
I mean, it's like, I mean, kind of, I guess, but it's a conference or whatever.
Yeah,
Uh,
whatever it is. He
press
was talking to
conferences and
that a
stuff.
little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, today, and yes, it's Red Rifle is the correct term, but he said people do call him Rocket too. Uh, so let's move on to the next game. Still same thing, man. So we're doing good.
Yeah.
This one we might change a little bit. We got Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Baltimore's in Cincinnati.
Well, dude, the Ravens kind of started off kind of shaky, and I wasn't really picking them for, a couple of games there. But the way that they made Buffalo They embarrassed Buffalo, made them look terrible. I gotta be honest, man. I think they can do it again against the Bengals, who Bengals have been kind of struggling. They're starting to finally start clicking a little bit on their offense, but their defense still ain't really much to brag about. And the way that the Ravens are just running the ball down everybody's throats, man, I think it'll be. Honestly, we might see another situation we just saw with them playing against Buffalo. It might be a lopsided game. I don't know for sure, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. I'm thinking that the Ravens are going to beat the Bengals maybe by 3 scores.
Yeah, I I want to say definitely. I picked Baltimore in this one. They couldn't stop Carolina in the run this past week, and they get an even better running back this week with Derrick Henry. So good luck stopping that guy. So I think Baltimore's uh, gonna take it to them in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on. Speaking of Buffalo, Buffalo's up next. The Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans. Buffalo's in Houston.
All right. I mean, this is kind of weird for me. But this is actually a tough one, and I don't know why I think it's tough for because the way that Buffalo's
These,
played, you would think that I would pick them like clearly, but I don't know, man. I mean, Houston's finally starting to look a little bit better. They've had some lucky wins, honestly, in some very close games, but they're both three and
yeah,
one.
yeah.
So I
I
mean,
was about to just point out that these teams are both 3-1. So that's one thing, and I mean that's one thing I can see it going either way.
yeah. I think I'm gonna give it to Buffalo though, just because I think they're gonna be pissed that they just got embarrassed, you know, prime time embarrassed in front of everybody. And I said Houston's they just been barely. There's been a couple games that's been real close for them. They've had to fight for their wins and stuff. So I just think Buffalo's going to end up being the team that comes out on top. Maybe maybe for their defense saves them or something like that. But it's gonna be an interesting game. Like you said, it could probably go either way, but I really think it's gonna be Buffalo that pulls out the win.
Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. The way Buffalo's been playing, minus this latest game with Baltimore, they've been dominant and they've shown it to be dominant. Uh, I don't know if they just had a bad game uh, against the Ravens or what it was, but I think they'll be able to beat the Texans pretty good. And Joe Mixon might be back running back for Houston, so that might bolster them a little bit. But
True.
Buffalo's look really solid on defense, so I don't see them struggling against the Texans.
Man, was that Javante Williams that just broke off that big ass play? Can't that dude do that in real
Uh,
life?
I know, dude.
He's so bad in
If I,
fantasy this year.
if only he would come back like he was his rookie year, man,
I
that'd be
know,
awesome.
man.
Which he did have a good game last week, so maybe he's getting back right on track.
I
So,
know. I done traded his ass away to everybody already. Like, pretty much. I think I still got him in that one league, but anyway,
so we both going Buffalo with that one.
sounds like it. God.
All right, moving on. We have the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and this is gonna be in Duval County, Florida.
All right, it's gonna be the Colts, bruh. I don't have any faith in the Jaguars right now. They're 0-4 for a reason. I hate to say it, but I don't know what's going on. I think I talked about it in the last video, last time we did our picks. It's just something's just not right there. They are starting like it look like they had a little bit of better chemistry lately, and it feels like Kirk's finally getting involved a little more. I don't know what's going on with that at the first couple of games.
Yeah, that was kind of strange,
So
honestly.
yeah, it's like they just weren't really, the play calls weren't in his favor. It didn't feel like, but maybe they're starting to finally realize that they need to throw it to their good players. So,
Hmm,
but I
that
still
was
think
pretty
no
weird.
matter what happens, I think the Colts are going to win. Um, I don't know what's going to happen with Richardson yet, but even without him, Flacco, I don't know how he does it, dude. He just comes in to any team and just throw him in there, and he freaking goes off and kills the other team. It's just crazy. So
Hey, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
it's
That's
crazy, man. I mean,
Flacco.
he just any team, bro. He just go there and just put him in, and he just
Anytime.
goes off.
Yeah,
Kind of like Andy Dalton,
yeah,
really. Talking about the Panthers, but
yeah. That's true.
yeah, I think the Colts will win, no matter who their quarterback is. Honestly, I would say, honestly, if Flacco's in there, I think it's even better of a chance that they'd win because he's been, I don't know, man. He needs to chill for a minute. I don't know. I don't understand why
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't really want to get
understand
too much into it, but like, why are you gonna, your quarterback gets hurt and you're gonna bring him right back into the game and do a quarterback, you
just to
know,
get hurt even
yeah, like
more.
you're gonna
So
do an
it don't
option
make no
run with the
sense.
quarterback, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I think the Colts will win though, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say the Colts is gonna win. So moving on to the next game. I ain't really got much to say on
I
Jacksonville or
don't think we've
Indianapolis. So
disagreed yet, dude.
no, we ain't. So the next game we got Miami Dolphins and New England Patriots, and Miami is at New England.
All right, bro. I'm rolling with my team that I pick every damn time. I'm going with the Patriots. I don't know why, but this one at least makes a little more sense than my last couple of times I picked them. But
Yeah,
Miami's they're just kind of in a spot right now where no one knows what's going to happen. Quarterback situation is still kind of iffy. I mean, it's going to be better with Huntley, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much better it's really going to be. But yeah, I ain't really sure what's happening over there in Miami. But Patriots, they've looked okay. I mean, they've had some close games. They got blown out pretty bad this last week, but I mean, that happens. But I think that the Dolphins they don't really stand a chance until they get their quarterback stuff figured out. So I'm gonna keep rolling
yeah.
with the Patriots, man. I'm gonna keep saying them till they.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll be right when I pick them. So
Well, this is the first one I'm gonna disagree with you
I
with. I'm gonna
figured you
go with
would.
Miami. Um, the reason why I think Huntley came in Monday against Tennessee. He didn't look great. He did look good in the run when he was running, scrambling. He looked really good there. But I think he's gonna have another week of practice, and I think that's gonna help him get a little bit more familiar. He'll have 2 weeks practicing under his belt instead of one. And also they get back Raheem Mostert, who I really like, and he's coming back from injury, and I think that's going to help bolster him out too, because A10 hadn't really wasn't able to really get anything running because he's more of a small, shifty, quick back. Mostert's got a little bit muscle on him and can power run, but he's also really quick. So I think Mostert's going to help them bolster their offense and at least have a run game enough where they can play some play action to get it to Tyreek Hill and Waddle. So I
I'm
think
uh,
Miami's going to take care of that.
I'm gonna interrupt you real fast because this is a fake and you're playing as the guy that's going to.
Oh, sorry, I'm ready.
You're good. I just
You
didn't want to
faked
do
me
it. You
out,
not be
bro.
ready.
Yeah, appreciate you letting me know.
Oh, okay. All right. That was cool. Next game.
Next game, moving on. So that's our first disagreement. Damn, we
Yeah,
we
wow,
went
that's
through a
pretty
lot
good.
picking the same. That's crazy. All right, the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Commanders gonna be the Cleveland is at Washington.
Alrighty. Well, I've said it already before too. I'm gonna say it again. I won't pick Cleveland for as long as Deshaun Watson's their quarterback. I know that they've won one game. Their defense still looks good, but I mean they can't do it all themselves. They just keep on getting. You can't do nothing when your offense ain't moving. Your defense has to do the whole thing. But
Right.
yeah, Washington's looking crazy good. Honestly, their defense has not been that good, but I mean they're winning games. So their offense is doing good enough to make up for how bad their defense is doing. But I feel like their defense is getting a little bit better. I think as the time goes by, some of those
Yeah,
inexperienced people are getting a little bit better
because
and
they got
stuff.
yeah they do got a bunch of new defensive players that hadn't really played together. They kind of bring together, so they're getting their chemistry
Yeah,
down. I think they'll keep improving.
they had a very decisive win. I'm not going to say who they beat last week because I don't really want to talk about it. But yeah, I mean, I seen them. I watched that game obviously, and they look good. I mean, their offense is it's rolling along, bro. It's looking pretty legit. Um, and I think that they'll just end up beating them. I mean, Cleveland might have a chance to kind of slow them down a little bit because, like I said, their defense is pretty good, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's just going to be the Cleveland's offense can't do anything. Which I mean, they might. They having the Joku coming back. He's not going to make a huge difference. He should play this week, but he might make a little bit of a difference to help their offense a little bit. But still, I mean, it ain't going to be enough. I don't think so. I'm gonna give
Yeah,
it to
and
Washington.
plus one thing to keep in mind. I don't know how much true it is, but there definitely been some rumors and talks going around yesterday and today with Amari Cooper being a trade target. So
Yeah,
he may not be as involved. So just because they don't want him to get hurt to try to trade him. So
yeah.
just another thing to keep in mind. But for my pick, what I tell you last week, I'm not picking Cleveland this whole season, so I'm
That's what I
going with
said, bro. I ain't.
Washington. Yeah, I'm going with Washington. I think they're gonna wipe the floor with them. They ain't even no use to us talking about it. So
I will say
Moving on to the next game.
last time that we talked all this smack about Watson and stuff, he ended up going the hell off and had a good ass like his best game of the season and won. So hopefully that
He
don't
probably
happen
got a
again.
he probably got a massage before that.
I guess I don't know what the hell happened.
But so moving on, we got the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Las Vegas
Damn, bro,
is
you actually
in
said Las
Denver.
Vegas.
I know,
You
cause
did
I'm
it.
looking at the LV. I'm looking at the LV. It's helping me a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So this is kind of interesting. Both these teams have been playing kind of, they've been iffy. They've had some wins, they've had some losses, they've had some close games and stuff. Uh, but I don't know, man. I still ain't a big believer in Denver right now. I don't know. I mean, their defense has been looking pretty decent, which they've always kind of had a good defense, for the most part anyway. But well, not always, but here in these last couple of years, they've had a pretty solid defense, and they're still looking pretty good, for the most part. Uh, but I don't know, man. I think that the Raiders will pull this one out just because I feel like some of their losses and stuff have been a little bit closer than Denver has been, and I don't know. There's just something about the Broncos that just don't feel like something's just not clicking there. So I think that yeah, I definitely think that the Raiders will beat them.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you mentioned it or not, but both of these teams are 2-2. So I do think it'll be a kind of a close game in a way, you know.
Yeah,
Um, the Raiders, I'm not sure if Devontae's going to play with them anymore. He might have played his last game with the Raiders last week. Um, the running game, though, I don't understand what's going on with their running game. They
I
just
don't
can't get
either,
it
bro.
going with their running. I really
I'm
had
so
high hopes for
disappointed.
Samir White,
Me too, man.
and even with Madison being there, they're both not doing anything. So I don't know what's going on, but I think Denver. I think Denver's got a good enough squad, and I think their defense is good enough for what they did with Aaron Rodgers last week and the Jets. I'm gonna say Denver. I think their defense is gonna shut down their Minshew and their Vegas's offense.
I mean, that's a good point, honestly. But like I said, I don't know. It's just something with Denver. I don't feel like they're clicking for some reason. But that's another disagreement. At least we have that.
Yeah, that's true.
I
All
hate
right,
talking about
moving
Zamir
on.
White. It makes me talking about White, man. It just
Yeah, man,
makes me so disappointed.
I really like that dude, and I don't know. Everybody had high expectations for him.
Yeah, I'm tired of
Maybe he
holding him in fantasy. I think
maybe
I'm about to drop his ass.
maybe he's just a really good number two running back if they can get a number one solid, which they had it. They let Jacobs go. So,
Yeah.
all right. But anyway, moving on, we have the Arizona Cardinals and San Francisco 49ers. Cardinals is at the 49ers.
Well, man, I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna give it to the Niners, bro. Arizona, I don't know. We looked pretty good for our first couple games, and it's just been going backwards, man, backwards and backwards. I don't know what's going on. I think we have a weird habit of beating teams that we shouldn't, or having close games with teams we shouldn't, and then losing to teams that we're predicted to beat and all this. So maybe we end up winning because we're, probably chosen as the underdogs in this situation. But I don't know, man. It's hard to say that the 49ers ain't going to win. Um, but they've been looking kind of iffy too. But I don't know, man. After we lost to Washington, and it's got me down on my team, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but
Yeah, I understand. You ain't gotta tell me, man. I'm a Panthers fan, so
I'm gonna tell you, like,
I know what it feels like.
my true honest opinion is 49ers are probably gonna beat us, but my love for Arizona says we gonna beat
Oh,
them,
I almost
and
said
that's how
that.
it's gonna go.
All right. Well, I'm gonna disagree, man. I'm going with Arizona.
That's
I'm
fine,
going
bro. I
with your
appreciate
boys. We gotta keep each other lifted up.
it.
Nah,
I'm
I really do
depressed.
think Arizona's gonna bounce back in this game. I know their run defense is a little weak, and they've struggled with that last week, and it was obvious. But I think overall they got good defensive backs, and Buda Baker's like one of the best safeties in the league. So I think they're gonna be okay. And the reason why is I think because Kyler Murray and this offense is gonna be scoring. They're gonna be scoring a lot, and I think as long as it don't come down to a defensive game, and it's I think it's going to be two high scoring offenses in this game, and basically it's just going to come down to whoever's got the ball at the end is going to win, and I think Arizona's got it. I think they can beat them. I mean, they see this team twice a year. They're more familiar with them than a lot of teams, and
And they
I
beat our
think they're
ass
going to
every
pull it
single
out.
time.
Yeah, they're going to pull it out. So I got faith. Marvin Harrison's going to have like 4 touchdowns, and Kyler Murray's going to have
Oh, they got that
300
shit back,
yards
bro.
passing. Did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Alrighty.
yeah, I'm going with Arizona.
I appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah, you know how I do.
What in the flip? All right,
So
what's
moving
next?
on.
We're about to
Sorry,
lose this
I
damn
didn't
game,
want
bro.
to. Couldn't look down at my phone right there. That was all right. Green Bay and the Los Angeles Rams. Green Bay is at Los Angeles.
All right, dude. I'm giving it to the Packers. My boy Jordan Love is back. I'm a big Jordan Love fan. I don't know why I really liked him. I don't even like the Packers that much, but I like Jordan Love. But uh, he came back, had a rough first half, and then he came back to the second half of his game last week and went off, throwing the ball all over the place. He had a couple picks and stuff too, but the Rams defense has been struggling in general against all offenses, really. So I gotta be honest with you, man. I think this might be another how Arizona beat the Rams. It might be another blowout situation for the Rams. I think that Jordan Love and his receivers, they're gonna have a big game here, and they're gonna go off against the Rams. That's my prediction. Big blowout game of the week, right? Sure.
Yeah, I like Green Bay as well on this one. I don't know. The Rams' defense is just not playing like it used to. And then their offense, they're down their two best receivers. Granted, they do have some pretty good rookies who's not doing a bad of a job, but as Green Bay's high scoring offense as they got, I don't think they'll be able to keep up with them. So I think Green Bay.
That's right, buddy. I'm about to
All
not
right.
put Jordan Love on the bench again. I tell you that shit.
Moving on, we have the New York Giants and Seattle Seahawks. New York is in Seattle.
All right. This one. All right, bro. Here's my stupid ass pick of the week that I always make one.
Oh
I'm
Lord, I
giving it to
already
the
know.
Giants, bruh. Oh my
Oh,
damn. Why did I throw the ball, dude? What was I even thinking? Why was I throwing the ball?
ah,
God. Okay,
oh man.
sorry. Yeah, here's my dumb pick of the week. I have one of them every week. So
You made a dumb play and a dumb pick.
I
You
was, I was,
shouldn't
in,
do
I was
that.
such in a stupid zone right there that I just went for a dumb play too. I'm gonna give it to the Giants, man. They've been looking better. I mean, their defense ain't nothing to brag about, but they've been looking better on offense. I think Seattle coming off of a loss here. I think they're gonna take another L. The team's gonna be a little down. They're gonna be a little sad they lost. And I don't know, man. I ain't, I mean, obviously they're divisional rivals, so I ain't got a lot of nice things to say about them. But I ain't completely sold on them. I mean, they look good against the Lions. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't know. I don't think they're as good as their record shows it to be. And I think we're about to find out this week when they lose to what's considered one of the worst teams in the league at the moment.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that, in my opinion, I'm gonna disagree. I'm going
I figured
Seattle
you would.
on
That's
this one.
okay. Damn. All right.
Yeah, I'm going Seattle. Gino's playing amazing again this year. Uh, Daniel Jones is playing looks like a deer in headlights. He's overthrowing it to neighbors a lot. Um, and I think the
God.
Seattle's got two really good cornerbacks, and I think they'll be able to shut down neighbors. So it's going to either have to come down to the New York's running game, or some of the other receivers is going to have to step up. So I think Seattle for sure.
Son of a bitch. Well, we just lost. Damn it.
Uh,
Is that our first loss of the season? I don't even know.
I'm not sure. Maybe the first, maybe the second. I'm not sure.
We got so wrapped up in the game. Let's finish these picks real fast. Knock out the last two.
Last two Sunday night game is the Cowboys and the Steelers. Cowboys is in Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna give it to the Steelers, bruh. I don't like the Steelers. I don't like the Cowboys, but I don't know. Steelers been looking better lately. Um, I mean, they're 3-1, which is crazy. Justin Fields kind of looking like he's getting more comfortable with his offense. And yeah, I don't know, man. The Cowboys have been kind of slipping, so I'm gonna give it to the Steelers.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm iffy on this one, bro. I'm not feeling one or the other. It's kind of weird. Dallas has got a 2-2 record. Steelers is 3-1. I don't know, man. It's tough. I know I seen today. Uh, what's his name? Brandon Cooks has been ruled out for this game. I did see that, so that's gonna take one of Dak's weapons away. So that'll be interesting. The Steelers, Pickens has been doing great. Um, I don't know, man. This was tough for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Well,
I think I'm gonna go with the boys. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
this is a tough game. I mean, it might, it
This
could go
this
either way, but I mean,
this pick right here, I'm just doing because you did the Steelers. I just want to do the opposite on this one because I'm
okay.
really not sure. So we'll see how that one goes. All right, moving on to Monday night. We back to just one game for Monday night finally, so a little
That's
bit
weird,
easier to
yeah.
watch.
I just noticed. I guess it's because of the bye week,
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
So the New Orleans Saints and the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Saints is in Kansas City.
I think that the Chiefs are about to lose their undefeated streak. I believe that the Saints might actually pull it out and beat them here. Chiefs are down some people, obviously. I mean, they're still missing Pacheco. Now, Rice is out. So, yeah, I mean, I think the Saints might do it. They've been kind of falling off a little bit these last couple of weeks. They had a hot start. Now they've been kind of going backwards a little bit, but it's gonna be a big week for them to kind of turn that around and beat the Chiefs in prime time, unless the refs bail out the Chiefs, which is very likely. But you know, anyways, that's my pick. I'm gonna go with the Saints on that one.
All right. Well, I've been picking them this whole time. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs again, just because of what you said right there, man. The refs help them out a lot. They are down a couple people, but the reason I'm picking the Chiefs in this game is I really think the Chiefs defense is can lock up the Saints offense. They're really solid on defense, and which the Saints has a really solid defense too. But the Chiefs are one of the best right now against the run, and I think Kamara is one of the biggest parts of the Saints offense, and I think they'll be able to lock him up. So I'm gonna say the Chiefs.
All right. Well, there you have it. That's the picks for week. What we already done forgot 6.
How do we? How do we do last week for the folks listening? How do
So,
we shape out?
pretty much for the season, you've been about damn pretty much at 50% accuracy.
All
And
right,
you got me beat on the year by 3 picks. I've been struggling. I've
three
been making
picks.
some dumbass picks. So,
Yeah,
but I do
I'm
it
gonna
for
have
the
to
fun
think.
of it, man. You gotta have the faith
I'm
in it. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm gonna have to think of what my prize is gonna be at the end of the year when I
I'll tell
beat
you
you.
what. I guess anybody that is listening, if you're gonna make any kind of money line bets, don't listen to me because I've been getting a lot of shit wrong. So listen to Chase. Apparently, he's the one that knows who's gonna win. Well, only on 50% of the
uh,
games though.
50%. Yeah,
That's not bad
not
though. I
all
mean,
of.
that's not bad. And we're still early in the season, so that might change. So,
That's true. Could turn it around right here. I mean, we had a few games we disagreed with, so let's just see how they go. See how we end up after this week. But appreciate y'all guys tuning in and watching and listening, and you know, have a good week. Be safe.
all right.
Damn, I was expecting.